Girls, I think we may begin. This lovely woman is 2 years left from Pimple, and she's here to talk to you about the UNSW Co-op Scholarship and how you prepare for it and the benefits of it. So if you make a Rushi welcome, that'd be great.
Yeah, so hi guys. I graduated from Pimple in 2021. And yeah, I've since been doing the UNSW Coop program in the stream of computer science. So yeah, are you guys are year 11, 12? Okay, all of you. All right, perfect. So yeah, let's get into it. So firstly, just a little intro for UNSW in and of itself, because this is a really amazing uni. We're ranked very highly globally and within Australia, and very highly within engineering and business faculties. So we have a lot of startup founders that went to this uni. We also have one of the top 20 young rich listers in Australia. He attended this university. So we produce Australia's most employable students. And yeah, we have quite a few exchange partners across the world. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, we accommodate that. So now into Co-op a bit more specifically. So the scholarship has kind of evolved over the years, right? Because employers want students who aren't just really great at the theory that they've learnt throughout uni. They want graduates who have experience in these fields that they're entering and who can kind of fit in from day one, right? So this being an industry-based scholarship, it really gives you this upper hand when compared to the other graduates also competing for these jobs. So yeah, you'll leave uni with a really impressive resume setting you apart. So we want students who have practical skills, management capabilities, and can operate in the workplace from day dot. So 69% of the co-op cohort from 2022 and 2023 accepted positions from the sponsor companies. So these are the companies that sponsored their internships. And 53% of these co-op grads actually received over 2 job offers after graduating. So yeah, Co-op is not just a scholarship. It allows students to really change their career and gives them really integral skills that they may not be able to pick up elsewhere. So what does Co-op offer you? So you get some industry experience. So this is through 3 internships, which are approximately 6 months each. These are at our sponsor companies. So yeah, it's important to note that this 6 months is like longer than the typical 3-month internships that you can get in uni. So this really allows you to really showcase your abilities, really fit into the workplace that you're in, and really get to show them why you're great, what you've learned in uni, and really make a good impression throughout this long period of time. And also it gives you a really good sense of security in uni, because you've got these 3 amazing internships lined up for you and you don't need to go seeking them out yourself. So this saves you a lot of time. So yeah, we have leadership training and professional development. This is through activities like leadership camp and multiple workshops that Co-op holds to make sure you're equipped with these really important skills. And then we have the financial support. So you get approximately $21,000 per year in fortnightly payments. So this again gives you peace of mind. And with this financial security, you can kind of focus on your studies more, maybe pick up some co-curriculars rather than being very stressed out and maybe having to get a part-time job. Your focus can be on the things you really love. So this is a really good luxury to have during uni. And finally, networking and mentoring. So we have a mentor program where you're like paired up with the Co-op alumni, and this is really great because you get this priceless advice from some expert in the in this field, and it's very inspiring knowing that they were in your shoes a couple of years back. We have a lot of networking events as well with alumni. So Coop is an industry-linked scholarship for high-achieving students who want to leave uni with more than just academic qualifications. So over 100 of Australia's leading companies provide around 300 scholarships for this program. So these leading companies give around approximately 80 new scholarships per year. So this can be a bit less or a bit more, but it's always around 80. This has created a network of over 3,000 alumni from the UNSW Co-op program. So these people are leaders in their industries. So you are connected to these really amazing people in the industries that you want to pursue. So the payments that you get is $21,600 per annum for 4 years. That's tax-free. You get it paid fortnightly. That is another pro about these payments is that it's completely up to you how you want to spend your money, because Coop recognizes that different uni students may have different needs. If you need a car, you're saving up for a car, you can put it towards that. It's not something that needs to go to something specific like your degree. The Coop scholarships open to Australian citizens, Australian permanent residents, Australian permanent humanitarian visa holders, and New Zealand citizens
Arishi, could I ask about, if you don't know, that's okay, about the chance for double degrees?
Yes.
So I just had a question about that this morning.
Yes, so that kind of double degrees is something that is possible with Coop, but Coop really wants you to think about this decision before making it. So the way they ensure this is that you go complete your first year. After your first year, if you're still passionate about doing that second degree and you really think it's your calling, you have a meeting with the Coop team, and this is something that's kind of discussed with the academic coordinator, and to ensure that you're making the right decision for you. Because in high school, a lot of people tend to just do a double degree for the sake of having this second degree and don't really think it through. So it is possible, and Coop just wants you to hold off a year and have a proper discussion before actually making that decision. So the Coop network, a massive network. So we've got alumni who you may meet through networking events, mentoring programs. You've got your Coop cohort, which is one of my favorite parts of Coop. So we have the Coop Society at UNSW, and you do classes with people in your stream, you do your workshops together, you do your internships together. These people become really close to you. It's like a little tight-knit family, and it's really cool to think how throughout the progression of your career, these people will always be around you. It's bonds that are gonna last you for years. You've got your industry partners who will become a big part of your professional development throughout uni and throughout your placements. You've got your academic coordinators who can give you a wealth of advice on the stream you're undertaking and can help you structure your progression plan. You've also got the Coop team, who's always there to support you with whatever. This may be enrollment support, well-being support. They're very friendly and always there to talk. And if you guys end up meeting them at interview briefing days and things, you'll see what I mean. It's a very tight-knit community. So here's just a quick snapshot of our current sponsors. So for program-specific sponsor lists, you guys can go to the website and they'll list them, what sponsors exist for each stream. So some new faces, we've got the easily recognizable Woolworths and Porto, we've got AMP, the government ASIC, and Alexion, which is a grown-up startup biotech company. So this is always expanding, and
the Atlassian boss was a Co-op scholar. Yep.
So Atlassians are very popular. A lot of the Co-op scholars really want to go there. So you guys may have seen their products before. If you haven't in uni, I think you definitely will. And yes, Fiona's right. So So these are the faculties that Co-op supports: business, engineering, and science. So here's a list of the different discipline streams. streams that Coop offers. So yeah, this information is all in the brochure and on the website. So just go through this. So yep, again, for business, we have these disciplines. And it's just an important thing to note that with a lot of these co-op programs, the UAC code will be a co-op specific. This is because, for example, for my degree, Comp Sci, computer science, or for the Bachelor of Commerce, things like this, the normal degree is 3 years long, but with co-op, it's 4 years long. Now, why is this? It's because 3 6-month internships have been integrated into your degree. So this is extended it by a year. So it's important to head to the website and make sure you're using the correct co-op UAC code for these courses that you're inputting into. So, yeah, so engineering, science, and now onto the sponsor perspective. So the sponsors really want to help develop grads who really understand their industry and not just the theory. So they understand how it works, specific things they have in place in those type of workplaces, such as specific meeting types or the speed at which the industry runs at, and things like that, that you can only learn through first-hand experience. So they also want an opportunity to engage some bright, enthusiastic students into their business, and they benefit from having this fresh perspective in their companies through our interns. And they're also investing in the future of the company because they're helping shape this industry and helping scholars find their path, essentially. So yeah, we are looking for committed students who have motivation, ambition, leadership skills, who are great team players, and who can balance their study and life. This is very important. So we generally look at your year 11 and 12 activities unless it's some activity that you've committed to for a great amount of time. So it's something you've been doing since year 7, continue it in year 11 and 12. And I just want to stress that it doesn't matter what this activity is, we're more interested in your learnings, what you've developed through undertaking these activities, and the takeaways you have. So yeah, it's really about how you're able to express your experience. We're not looking for some very impressive activity, but rather maturity in the way that you can express what you learned from those activities. So something important that I must stress is that we're yet to hear from NESA, UAC, and UNSW about what ATARs and entrance into uni is going to look like next year. So yeah, I guess it's always a bit uncertain. I was in a COVID graduating year, so I'm very acquainted with this uncertainty, but this should not be your focus. If you're interested in this program, you must apply.
Just wondering, how many people roughly get accepted? Like, is it
so it's 80 scholarships per year, approximately.
across all the different faculties?
Yeah,
Oh.
in total 80. So yeah, if your passion is in these streams that Coop offers, and you're likely to do well academically, then you should apply. So the website will definitely be updated with further information whenever we get it. So
It's usually around August.
Yes, so that will always be updated as soon as this information is released. So the indicative ATAR is usually 96, but again, this depends on the year. The important thing is that you need to get entry into the course that you're applying for. So for example, for actuarial studies, that was a 98 last year. So scholars who were applying for actuarial had to not only get a 96, but a 98 as well. So also just quickly on the EAS, so the Educational Access Scheme. So this is for long-term and ongoing difficulties throughout year 11 and 12. We have Gateway Admission Pathway. So we do give a couple of scholarships out for students who are getting an ATAR around 90 and with EAS points as well. So this is something you should talk to your careers advisor if it's something that's affecting you. In addition to the 1,000, more than 1,000 applications that are submitted per year, we have around 1,100 applications which was still left in the draft stage of submission. So this is very sad, because that submit button should not be as big as an obstacle as it is. I really push you guys to have faith in yourself and really invest in this. So I understand that this is a very busy year. Year 12 is a very busy year, but it's always worth planning ahead. It's worth that extra effort to start your applications a bit early. The first step is to register online. So start your first draft application in a Word doc and use the quick guide on the website to help you. So the second thing is to nominate your careers advisor in the registration section. The third thing is that applications have opened this year, so 1st of May is when they open, and they close 30th of September at midnight, but do not be sitting at your laptop at 10 p.m. trying to finish off your application, because you've got a while. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but any of the year 12s who are applying this year, we have to change the names of the 2 school contacts there, so don't put in your application yet. Fill out as much as you can, because we have to change the names there. Thank you, Urush.
Perfect. Cool. Good. So the first part is the online application questions. So you shouldn't just list activities. You should explain what you learned or gained from them. Your activities should be current, as I mentioned, so ideally in the last 2 years. You should show maturity in researching your degree and really showing that you understand what it is you are applying for. So these sponsor companies are giving you these payments every year, but they're kind of doing this based on the fact that they're trusting in you that you've picked the correct path for yourself. So you really need to be passionate about your degree to the extent that you're certain this 4-year commitment is something that you're happy and ready to take on, and you really know what your degree is all about. So a quick tip is to observe the character limit, because this is not forgiving at all. Like, one character over and it just cuts you off. So do take note of that. So this online application is just about the activities you've done, your takeaways from these, tell me about a scenario in which you demonstrated something, or tell me about a scenario which was difficult and how did you kind of show resilience and bounce back from this. It's these type of questions. So you should have a clear kind of idea about why you are eligible for the UNSW Coop.
Arishi, if you can remember, can you give us an example of say some of those ideas where you needed development, if you can still remember? What sorts of things did you talk about?
So I think I kind of discussed with difficulties and stuff. I feel like Pimble is very high, full of high achieving students. So and I moved to Pimble in year 10, and this was a massive shift for me. I found it a bit difficult to adjust at first. So this was one of the scenarios that I talked about for one of my questions, and it was just about this change of mentality to view your peers as kind of people who can help you and people who you can help. And I feel like I was able to use that kind of scenario to demonstrate maturity and how I'd handled that situation and bounce back from it. Look, these examples don't need to be massive, life-changing things. I think for another one, I was talking about netball coaching and how annoying it is to deal with these parents who like keep on wanting to coach the team, and you're like, no, go away, please. So it doesn't have to be this like massive thing. You need to be very articulate and make sure that there was a good takeaway that you learned from that activity. So yeah, the second part is the nominating your careers advisor. So I think this is what you just told them about. And then the third part, so I'll talk about the process now actually. So after you submit your written application, if you get accepted into the interview stage, the program wants you to send in a video snapshot. Now this is very informal, so like quite contrasting to the written application that you've just written. It's around 2 minutes long, I think. And if I remember correctly, it was on one of those softwares which like would just send your third attempt or something like that, and you just had to like, I really hope you didn't mess up that one, or just do it in the first one and be really authentic. So they just want something interesting, some unusual facts, stuff that makes you unique. So your written application, so they have your academic results, right? They know that part of your life. They have this formal breakdown of the activities and things you've done through your written application, right? So this video snapshot is kind of just to show them who you are and kind of put a face to the application. Yes?
What did you talk about?
I just talked about, in all honesty, it was kind of blur. I think I just talked about a couple of the things that I'm really interested in, like how I love cooking, a couple of my favorite recipes, how I'm a massive Harry Potter fan, how I like kill all the succulents that I raise. Just some fun facts. They kind of just want to see how you carry yourself, how you speak, because that does say a lot about a person. So they just want to see that you're capable of kind of being very authentic and genuine in front of the camera, and just talk about whatever makes you happy and whatever you think will give them more insight into your actual character. So what they'll ask you for this video, and you'll submit it, and you've already secured your interview. So after this, you'll go into your interview. So tips for your application is to bookmark the UNSW Coop program website, because that's gonna have all the information updated as soon as new info is out. UNSW Open Day, so talk to people and get your questions answered. So I'm not sure if Coop representatives are there or not, but it is worth talking about your degree and things like this, because if you're uninformed about the streams that you've nominated yourself for, it will definitely come through in your interview and in your written application. So again, I just want to stress that you kind of know what you're applying for and what these streams are and why you want to do that stream. So applications closed 30th of September through the Coop website. So again, the key dates. So applications have opened already, so if you're in year 12, get on top of it now. So 30th of September, applications closed. 9th of November, interview offers and snapshot links. So that was the video I was talking about. Those are sent through. So 16th of November, we have the video snapshot due. 21st of November, interview briefing day. So we strongly recommend that students and parents attend. You get to meet with the program academic coordinator, you get to see the uni, you get to find out specific info about COP that maybe you can't get at the UNSW open days. It also really helps you get a feel for the program and kind of enter your interview with a bit more confidence and peace of mind and feeling like you really know what this program is all about and why you're suitable for it.
Like during the process, if you get rejected, will they like say you're rejected, or do you just like?
So you can either get accepted, waitlisted, or rejected. And then 22nd of November is the interviews, so your interview time will be pre-allocated and you just have to be available. There is really no really altering this. So here's some quick little remember, be yourself. So start early, get on top of it right now. full and comprehensive answers. So I recommend you get a lot of people close to you in your life, and yeah, kind of people that you trust in your life and academic life, personal life and academic life, to read over your application. Be a bit annoying during this period and just get everyone to read it and give you feedback on it, because the people who know you best can give you like really good advice about, oh, you missed like this really important aspect about yourself, or remember when you did this and whatever. So yeah, reach out for some help from people. So yeah, what is unique about you and sets you apart? So don't kind of get stuck on that whole mentality that I want to prove that I'm such an amazing student and I get all these marks and everything. Yeah, they don't just want copies of the same type of high achieving student, and kind of remember that people who are applying for this scholarship are all kind of in the same rank, kind of. So don't use your academic standing as what makes you unique, because we want more than that. And yeah, that won't really make you stand out. Yeah, you don't want to come across as a bit shallow or anything in that respect. So yeah, draft your answers in a Word doc, because yeah, websites can be a bit annoying. And yeah, stay in the word limit. Yeah, of course.
Thanks so much.
That's all good. Bye.
Thank you, economics people. Bye.
Thank you. I've got 2 more slides. One more slide actually. So, yep. So check the US codes, like I mentioned, and use the website, and yeah, listen to your careers advisors about what to do about nominating your careers advisor. And yeah, so we've got our Instagram QR code here. It's just called UNSW Co-op. This is actually, I think people underestimate how helpful it is, because you're always on your phone, right? So like, you get little stories and, oh, reminder, do this, or pro tip from like a co-op, right? So this is actually a really helpful page to follow. And yeah, it provides you some like quick tips and things like that. So yeah, that's all.
People want to get that QR code with their phones.
If you guys can even remember UNSW Co-op, or if you have your phones on you, whatever works for you. But yeah, this will give you tips, dates, reminders, keep you accountable, hold you accountable. So yeah, that's it, guys. So I'm happy to take any questions now, if you guys have any. Yes?
So I checked on UDAC, I was looking at computer science for UNSW Co-op scholarship, and there wasn't a specific Bachelor of Commerce, it was not really related to UDAC, so I don't know what UDAC code you chose.
Is this the computer science? So our website should list all of the UX codes specifically as you're supposed to enter them. And I'm pretty sure the brochures will have them written as well. Yeah?
Just like kind of like, is that like one of, like you only get like 5 UX? Is that part of it?
Yes, so this is also very important. So when you're taking, after you know this is what you want to do, it's really important to have those codes at the top of your NESA preferences, because Co-op can look at this, and if you've got some other rank, you've got law as your first one or med as your first one, why do you want to do comp sci at UNSW if you've got law as your first preference, right? So it really creates a bad look for you going into your interview and application. So yeah, this counts in those 5 preferences. So those are the UX codes you want to put in. And then yeah, what you were talking about was getting the correct UX code, which is the co-op course, not the normal course.
Could you like do like both? Like the co-op one and then like just
Yeah.
Yeah, you pick out 3 co-op and then you can put 2 others.
Yeah, so yeah, you rank 3. So I did like comp sci, software engineering, data science. Yeah.
Wait, so do they look at your other preferences?
Yep. They have access to seeing your.
What are you worried about?
Right.
Oh, like if you wanted to like apply for something else, but you weren't sure.
I think they really want serious people for this.
Yeah.
They don't want you as having this as an option. They want really, really
They also
serious
don't
people.
want scholars who come into the program
Yeah.
and do a year of their degree. Oh no, I actually didn't really like this.
Yeah.
And then go out, because a sponsor company has just invested 21K in you for you to flake on this program. So yeah, it's not a good look. Yeah.
So do you need to put all 3 of your choices of a UAC code onto your 5 UAC applications?
Yeah, so that's what we recommend.
Okay. And the second question is, when will we know, like, if we get fully accepted into the Co-op scholarship?
Yeah, so I think this date, it's not included in the slide deck because it can change a bit. But basically you find out, you get a conditional offer first. And what happens is that this conditional offer is based off your interview you're in, if you get the ATAR. So you kind of find that out before ATARs come out. So for me, I was waiting for a 96 to get the tick to go through. And
So
like I said,
get accepted for interview and that's all okay. It's as soon as HR come out, you've got 96 you're in.
Yeah, so after your ATAR comes out and you've been accepted, you give them a call and you go, I've got it in. Yeah, I've got the ATAR. And yeah, it's all official then. Yeah.
This is unrelated to the application process, but you mentioned before about like the double degree thing. Does that have any impact on your placements or like the length of your degree, or?
Yeah, so it'll definitely lengthen your degree. And yeah, that's just, it'll be different case to case because different streams start their internships at different times, depending on what's the second degree you want to take on, things like that. But that's what your academic coordinator and the COG team is there for. So in your second year, when you're discussing this with them, yeah, they can really give you all the info about that.
And also, if I only wanted to do business, I just put business in, that's it.
They're particular parts of business.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
finance, yep. You pick 3 different parts of business.
Do I have to pick 3?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And just getting back to a double degree, usually people embark on double degrees to give themselves the best possible scope for employment. With a co-op scholarship, the 3 internships you do virtually guarantee your employment. So you sort of don't need a double degree because
that is completely
you're
correct, and that's what Coop wants to kind of stress by making this a decision you make later on, because like we understand that people may be super passionate about completing this second degree, and we really want to kind of decide this on a case-by-case basis rather than saying no to everyone.
When we, for example, get accepted after the interview, the conditional offer, does UNSW tell us which specific degree we're getting accepted into or no?
So basically for me, I had applied for computer science, then software engineering, then data science. I got accepted into computer science and software engineering. So you're told that when you're accepted but after your interview. And then when you get your ATAR, you give them a call. I said I want to do comp sci, and that's just how the process of it works. Yeah.
no more questions. Seriously?
Does it affect if I want to also apply to the UCID scholars?
No, but you just have to look at what your preferences are looking at. If it's looking like you want to do law at UCID.
If they're both business, then it's okay, right?
Oh yeah, like anything is okay. We just want to see that you're really invested in co-op and in the streams that you put down. So you show that by having them as your
First
top 3
Yeah.
preferences.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so what if you put in all the columns, but then you don't get any of those? So
Yeah, so you have time to change
you've got, when you get your ATAR, you've got about 36 hours to change your preferences, and you can introduce something totally different. Yeah, all good.
Yeah. You won't be doomed.
It's co-op or nothing.
Oh, it closes on the 30th of September, so like...
No, it's okay.
If you apply to like another co-op program as your second option, would they be like, oh, she's applying for 2, that's a bad thing, or would
As in like UTS co-op or
for
something
example,
like
yeah.
that?
But like the same stream, just second option.
Well, it's just like you
Oh,
just
do they,
again
like,
need
look
to
for
look at your
loyalty?
ranking. If you have UTS co-op as your first one, it comes up badly
If
because
it's a second, is that okay?
this is just like another part of you as an applicant that they look at.
Okay.
You just I don't want to kind of lose points for this thing that you could have changed. Like, you need to really weigh up that option because UTS Co-op may not like the fact that you have UNSW Co-op as your top one. But you really need to think about what the program for you is and rank it accordingly. Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible, but like, can you share any like activities or questions you did or they got asked at the interview at Co-op Scholarship?
So the interview asks very similar questions to the written application. So they want you to kind of talk about they'll give you some scenarios that you may have been in the past. They'll give you some future potential scenarios. Imagine you're in placement and so happens. How would you handle this? They also, like I was mentioning in my tips, really ask you about the stream you're applying for and why you think you're fit for that stream, as well as why you think you're fit for UNSW Co-op. So this is where it becomes really important to know exactly what the stream you're applying for is, what it encompasses, what the industry is like. So do your research. And
Can I add to that? You can look up online UNSW Co-op questions and you get a bank of questions that are common.
Yeah.
They won't be necessarily the questions you get, but you get an idea of what they ask.
Yes, I think the written application gives you a really good idea, and interview questions can change interview based on interview because we have people from the Co-op team interviewing, we have academic coordinators interviewing. I had a person from Atlassian be my second interviewer. So these interviews are coming from all over the place. They may be the industry partners or from within UNSW. So you can't really predict exactly what's going to get asked, but
And also because I don't know if you know Tess from your year.
Yeah.
She's got a UNSW Co-op scholarship.
Yeah.
Have her placement, I heard, is she needs to go to Western Australia somewhere for a year.
So I don't think that's the case. I think, so basically an example is Rio Tinto for software engineering. So your placement is never for a year. It'll be for 6 months maximum.
And will it always be Sydney based or will it be?
Most of them are Sydney based. For example, software engineering has around 10 sponsors, 15 sponsors, 10 sponsors. One of these sponsors is located in Brisbane. So they kind of take care of your accommodation and everything. But yes, for that placement, those 20 to 24 weeks, you would go to there. And you do rank these sponsor companies before getting the IT placements. So yeah,
based on that, like the selection for sponsor companies, is there like a application process? Like, do they look at you before choosing you, or is it just like you put your top 3 and then they?
So they once you're in Co-op, the sponsor companies don't have aren't the ones interviewing or deciding.
Okay.
You give these preferences to your academic coordinator, who is a Co-op staff member, and they delegate everyone.
And the companies will know what sort of student they're getting. Just the fact that you're a Co-op student says something about the sort of person you are.
And a lot of these companies have a long history with Co-op students, and they really like having us come in. And saying Atlassian, for example, founders were Co-ops. So they're really familiar with the whole culture of the program. Yeah.
So no other questions at this stage?
What's the difference between getting a co-op and then just getting a job?
Just getting a job?
Yeah.
Okay, so just getting a job I feel is quite broad, but what Co-op kind of gives you is, I would say a big thing about it is security. So security financially, so you can focus on your studies during uni, and some things like co-curriculars and things like that you're passionate about, rather than kind of having to focus on work and stuff a bit more. And it also gives you security in the sense that you have 3 6-month internships at amazing companies lined up for you. So that's kind of the difference between you and a regular uni student who can get these can have these same opportunities as you, but you'd have to go and seek these these internships, go through the interviewing processes, and it may just be an extra kind of worry. But this is what a lot of students do. It's not something abnormal, but Coop just kind of gives you just the security in
I
that.
would really support what Arush is saying there, because internships are really hard to secure, and quality internships. So the partners that are part of the Co-op program give you the highest quality internship possible. So if you were to go out and seek internships at companies, you'd probably get rejected, because they need to be able and have people prepared to support you as an intern. Just because you're an intern doesn't mean that they're not going to treat you like a work experience person, or they're going to treat you as somebody who's just admin. So this is a program that is supposed to give you on-the-job experience whilst you are studying, so that you have the leading edge when it comes to employability. So everybody's going to graduate around the same time, and you'll be going for the same jobs. Your resume is going to look so much better than somebody who has had no experience whatsoever. And because you've had that experience across different sponsors or industry hosts, you have a broader application of your skills. So you've already got like 3 steps ahead of somebody.
So much experience.
That's right.
Yeah.
Compared to somebody who's just working at what I did during the year, so I worked at Maya. You know, like, so usually people just work because they want to get money, but
not in their area.
not in their area.
And the other thing, if you think Arushi, 15 years from now, she knows what, 80 people in the Co-op, okay? That's her network. If she wants a job in Zurich, I'll just ring Jack, you know. I knew Jack while we were going through, and it's the network. That's how most people get their jobs. It's through who they know.
And promotions as well.
And that's what you're getting through this. You're getting an instant network, which is so far-reaching. And it sets you up on a really secure foundation. Then you can tap into these people. And look, leadership training, like $21,000 a year is nothing to sneeze at if you haven't got to pay, you know, board and living. You can buy a pretty good car for $21,000 if you need it.
Yeah,
And
and
pay to study.
yes, exactly. The constant flow of it is great, and the flexibility of where to spend it on, and you really get to decide that. And further on the internships, they're difficult to secure by yourself. Difficult to secure high quality ones, and a lot of the time they're approximately 3 months, so that's the standard kind of internship duration. Coop gives you 6 month internship, so this gives you so much more time to really fit in and get a really good idea of that company, and pick up some priceless skills from that experience. And the network, amazing. Mentor programs, that's someone I've become very close to my mentor, and that she's someone that I know will be with me throughout the
And she's probably
progression
looking
of
out
my-
for you as well, or
exactly.
She's looking out for where things come up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the workshops and everything teach you about things that are a bit foreign when you're kind of coming out of high school, like networking, like what do I do? How do I, like, what's your LinkedIn? Like, it teaches you those skills, leadership camp, like just really great programs that are kind of just offered to you, not things that you need to go out and seek. So I think you have great security that you're going to finish after these 4 years, and really be ready to enter the workforce. And those stats that I said, so 69% of our grads last year went into full-time roles at the sponsor companies. So the other percent probably seeked out some other jobs, and 53% of them secured over 2 job offers. So it really gives you certainty in your future as a grad.
Arush, just one last question about interviews, because that's probably a contention point for a lot of these students. Like, I can apply and get into the first round, and then I need to get to interview. How did you prepare yourself for interview?
So a couple of Pimble girls were kind of prepping for this Co-op interview at the same time. So yeah, I kind of just had little mock interviews and things like that. And yeah, like you said, the internet provides a lot of resources about this program. So yeah, just kind of searching some questions that have appeared before. But like I said, it's along the themes of your written application. So really polish up those scenarios that you used and be able to speak about them very well and very descriptively, and be able to really highlight those takeaways from the activities that you've done. Also, another important tip, a lot of the time, like I was interviewed by someone from Atlassian, you'll get someone from one of the sponsor companies. So go research your sponsor companies and really know what their company is, so you don't have to kind of awkwardly approach that situation. And also have a couple of questions that you'd like to ask this interviewer at the end of your interview, because it really shows that you're very active and that you're very passionate about this industry and that you're curious, and that's what they really want to see. So that's what I did. I listed all my companies if I didn't really know about them, which was kind of rare because they're very popular companies. I would go and do a bit of research, and I had a couple of questions lined up that I wanted to ask whichever sponsor company it was who is going to be my interviewer.
And you can also use the future state as well because you're for a mock interview.
Yes.
So we're more than happy to run through that with you as well, give you tips. Just to let you know.
Thank you so much.
That's all good. I also have some brochures here. I'm not sure if some of you have some already or picked some up at the Careers Expo, but yeah, if you'd like, we'll just come back here and grab one.